Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. And if you're new here, well, that's exactly what I do. And I apologise in advance if it looks like I'm sweating buckets. Well, that's because I am. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in the UK and my studio is absolutely screaming hot. I've had to turn my fan off because of the noise. But as soon as I finish this, that fan is going straight back on, I can assure you. Now, today what we're looking at is radio mics that I purchased. Now I use a lot of radio mics and I've purchased many radio mics. Today I'm using my DJI mic system. Today we're looking at this set here. It's in an actual case and it's called the Hollyland Lark M1. Now I'm going to put a link up here somewhere to, no, it's up here, isn't it? To a review of the Hollyland Lark 150s, is it? I'm not sure. But another set of Hollyland radio mics that I've reviewed, and they're brilliant. They're one of my favourite sets. So you can look at that video if you want to look at the Hollyland brand. But they manufacture brilliant stuff. But I couldn't believe how cheap these mics are. And I'm on Amazon, they're around 126 quid. And what you get for that 126 quid, I think is phenomenal. In this lovely pouch, and they come in a case. Now this is a case, it's a charging case. It's very much like the DJI mics and I think the Hollyland, the Hollyland Lark 150s, they come in a charging case. And this is brilliant because you've got one USB connection on the bottom there. You plug that into a USB block or a PowerPoint or whatever, and that charges up all of everything that's in here. Inside this case there's two transmitters, so each time they last for about 10 hours. Apparently each run time is about 10 hours per charge, but when you put it back in its case you get another 10 hours worth. So does that make sense? When I say per charge, so if you take one out, you can run that for 10 hours and then run it flat. Then when you put it back in its cases for a second time, it will charge again before the case, the battery in the case runs out. So you get up to 20 hours worth of runtime with these microphones. I mean, that is phenomenal. I haven't tested that, to be honest. That's what the manufacturers are saying. I haven't done a test to see if that is actually true. But I really like the Hollyland brand. The audio quality is great. What we're going to do in a minute is go outdoors and let you hear what the audio quality is like with these microphones. I'm not doing it now because it would be dumb, because you wouldn't be able to hear the audio quality because I'm playing around with them. But effectively, yeah, you've got the two transmitters, so it's a dual channel system. So if you're interviewing two people, you can put one on the other, and then you can, obviously you've got two channels you're working with back in the studio. You can either set it to stereo or mono, which is the same with all of these other microphones. So you can either have the mix down so that both channels mix together, so they're when you edit it you can't separate the audio levels, or you can do it in stereo, so you have one interviewee on one channel and the other one on the other, so you can increase and decrease the levels according to how you need to. Very, very simple design. They're paired automatically when you take them out of the case and put them back in the case, so that is awesome. Very light, no weight to them at all, and very compact. You can see, how compact they are. Really, really good. Microphone on the top there, so obviously that's what picks up the sound. You have got USB charging in the bottom there. I don't know why you would want to charge them up separately when you can put them back in the case. I don't know, but so be it. And then that's pretty much how simple these are. Nice clip, good strong clip, that ain't gonna break or whatever. And then obviously you put them back in here to charge up, and they've got a yellow button on the side here, which again I'm going to experiment with and I'm going to demonstrate to you, and it's noise cancellation. So you push the yellow button in and then that'll switch on a noise cancellation circuit. That is designed for use in a noisy environment, particularly if you're outdoors. You can push that in and then that'll automatically switch on noise cancellation. So that's what the theory is. Good quality case, really nice case with LEDs on the front of it that show you the charge, how good the charge is. Obviously you can see there that's showing that that's got a full charge in there, so they should be fine for when we go out later. The receiver That's straightforward enough. It's got your various LEDs on the top there for showing you the status, if it's receiving a signal. You can adjust dB level, and then you've got your line out on the side there. So can you see that? So that takes your line out to your camcorder, audio recorder, whatever it might be. So on the side here, you've got your switches for adjusting your dB level. On the side there's one switch, and the other switch is mono stereo. So as I said earlier, you can set it to either be a mono signal or a stereo signal, depending on how you want to use it. And a very, very lightweight receiver, nothing to that whatsoever. Now in the case, it comes with everything you need. It comes with these two windsocks. Now the windsocks are great. Now it's really, really easy to fit the windsocks on these microphones. I have found the DJI mic windsock is really fiddly. I love the design of the Hollyland windsocks, because even with the Lark 150, it's a very, very easy way and quick way of getting these little furry windsocks on. You literally just clip it on like so, and it's on. There we go. So again, you just literally get, so you can see that, you literally just slide it on, job's a good one. And there you are, and that ain't going to fall off. That's pretty firm, that ain't going anywhere. And that works fine. So those windsocks are ideal, obviously, if you're in, particularly outdoors. I wouldn't use them indoors, but you need to use them outdoors. And then in the case, you've got all your other accessories that you're going to need, and they supply it in the case. So you've got your cables to go to your camcorder. They've got cables that will go to a mobile phone, and they actually label them camera or phone. So you can see that that's all labelled, which is great. And it comes with a USB-C charging lead, and obviously a set of instructions and your two windsocks. So yeah, a great little kit, and 126 quid here in the UK on Amazon. I will leave an affiliate link in the description if you do want to buy them. Buy them from that. That does help me a wee bit, so I earn a wee bit of commission from that, although you don't pay any more. But as I say, I think they're fantastic value for money. Now, apparently they've got a really good range. We go outdoors and we're going to test that. The line of sight range is further than if you've got your back to the camera, but that's the same with all these radio mics. So we're going to test that in a minute, and you'll also see what the audio quality is like, and we're going to get out of this really, really hot studio and go outdoors to even hotter space. So here we go. Let's come back in a minute. We've come outdoors now just to my garden. We've got a really long garden path. So I'm just going to walk down the path just to see what the audio levels and the audio quality is like coming from the Hollyland Lark M1. I haven't got noise cancellation turned on. I don't think I need it out here. There's very little noise going on out here. I'm very close to the camera now. I'm probably about 3 feet away from the camera. So, this isn't a good test, because obviously these radio mics will work at that sort of distance. 2.4 gigahertz frequency they work on, which is the same for all the radio mics in this sort of price category, similar to the Rode wireless go-tos, the Comicas and what have you. So now let's go down the garden path a bit further. Now we'll take with my that's really overexposed. Let me turn that down a bit. Let's turn that exposure down a bit. Wow, that's better. Now the sound I'll be using obviously is from the Hollyland Lark M1. I'm just doing this so we can see, you can see me, because otherwise you won't see me as I disappear down the garden path. Now we've got down to my workshop. I'm still in line of sight of a camera, so theoretically the audio should still be being picked up by my Nikon Z30, but we shall see. It's definitely being picked up on my Panasonic G100, because I'm right on top of it. I do like the G100 because it has got the red frame around the monitor, so you can actually see it is recording an image, but I'm not great at vlogging. I don't know if the image stabilization is good. I've got the Leica 12 to 60 lens on, so that has got in lens image stabilization. So what's the audio quality of that like? What do you think of that if you was using these microphones for interviewing someone or for a presentation to camera. But let's go back a bit further. Now, I suspect now I've got my back turned to the camera, I'm expecting there to be no audio. So I might switch to the audio coming from my G100. But let's now come here. Now again, I'm still in line of sight of a camera. I'll put in the description of the feet or meters of where I am from the camera here. Quite a distance away. I've walked down the garden path quite a long way. Whether my Z30 is picking this up, I don't know. But obviously, because I'm holding my Lumix G100, that will pick me up. Let's go down a bit further. Hello, Molly. Hello, Molly. Who wants to talk to Molly? Hey, do you want to talk to the camera, Molly? Who's that, Ben? Who's that? Say hello to my audience, Molly. That's it. You say hello to the audience. There's a good girl. So, now we've had a little intermission there from Molly the cat. Let's go down a bit further. Mind I don't trip over the hose pipe. So, we're now down to the greenhouse. Now, we sort of still are in line of sight of the camera, but there's so many trees and bushes in the way, I might not be. Yeah, so again, I'll put in the description how far away I am. So it'd be interesting to see how good the audio quality is from this distance, if in fact it is actually picking up any audio from this distance. So let's go down a bit further. Let's navigate through this lot. Jeez. Out. Flipping out. Flippity do. Flippity do. Let's go. So I suspect the audio up here will be from 100. Now let's turn to face the camera. Now the camera I can't see the camera at all. There's too many trees, bushes, greenhouse in the way. But hopefully the audio you're listening to, and I will put in the video what audio you are listening to. Hopefully the audio is from the Hollyland Lark M1, as I am facing the camera, although I can't see it. If it does work, that'd be phenomenal, because the DJI radio mics don't work at this distance, even when I face the camera. So hopefully, you know, this is working. That would be phenomenal for such a cheap set of radio mics. So let's now walk back to the camera and see what I can trip over walking back. Got to be careful here. Gosh, this is so overgrown. Move it out of the way. That's better. Now I suspect it probably is working from this distance. We won't know till I get back. There we go, don't trip over the hose pipe. Now at the end of the day, even if these radio mics, I can see the camera now, I can see the tripod, but even if the radio mics only work at this distance, oh guys, this is far enough. You wouldn't ever need, I can't see any real life situations where you would need to be further from the camera than that. But as we get closer to the camera, it should be working fine. Now, I'm going to turn on this noise reduction. So the green light has come on the actual microphone, so hopefully you can see that. So that should have automatic noise cancellation. So any noises, like there's a hum in the background, it might cancel that out. I don't know. But I've turned that on now, and we want to see how good the audio is now as we get closer to the camera. Should be fine with the noise reduction turned on, and I'm really close to the camera, so everything should be honky-dory. I've actually fitted my variable ND filter on my Z30, so I can keep it at f1.8 at a shutter speed of 1/50th. On my G100 here, I've got the shutter speed, I've got it down to f22. There's no ND filter on it. Although I've got it set to 1/50th of a second, which is, for me, the important thing. This isn't a test of a Panasonic G100 at all. So it's a test of what the Hollyland Lark M1, oh, let's put that down, that's too heavy. It's a test of the sound quality of the Hollyland Lark M1 microphones, if you do want to use these microphones for serious video production. And I actually think you can, because they're a great kit, fantastic value for money. So let's now get back into the studio and listen to how good this audio came out. Well, I think that went really, really well. Now, I did walk a long way down the garden path, and as you will notice, I mean, I've just heard it, but as you will hear, it did break up as I got further down the garden path, particularly when I had me back to the camera. But as I turned back around facing the camera, even though I couldn't see it because there was too many bushes and trees in the way, it picked the audio straight back up, and it was really, really good, all the way back to the camera. Now, realistically, who's going to need microphones that work at such long distances, particularly if your presenter or talent is facing away from a camera? You're not likely to need that. It's going to be presentations of cameras at a reasonable distance, certainly where the person can be seen. And I think you'll find the audio worked great. And when I turned the noise cancellation on, it did actually cancel out background noise. Now, I have left the noise cancellation turned on. I am hoping to use the audio from the Hollyland Lark M1 for this closing sequence, but I'm still recording it on my DJI mic on my Nikon Z5. You can see here that I've got both on me t-shirt now. So I've got me Hollyland Lark M1 and me DJI mic. But the fact that these are such cost-effective microphones, and they come in this charging case, two of them, a receiver, all the cables, and a nice pouch to put everything in, and all the accessories which are now on the floor. I think, that represents awesome value for money, 126 quid. And as I said earlier, I'll put a link in the description as to where you can purchase this from. It'd be an Amazon affiliate link. That'd be really good if you do want to purchase them. And the audio quality is absolutely fine. So I can recommend them wholeheartedly based on the range, although it's not immense, but also on the audio quality. So there we go. That's a quick look at the Hollyland Lark M1 wireless microphone system that I'm highly recommending. And I have purchased this actually with my own money. It hasn't been sent to me free of charge. I've purchased this, with my own money. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos relating to video, photography, audio, podcasting. And I am producing a new series of videos on old cameras. The old Canon digital cameras and the old Nikon digital cameras. So take a look at those videos. They'll be uploaded hopefully on a weekly basis. So thanks very much. Cheers for now. Bye. And I'm turning this flipping fan back on. It's so hot in my studio. We're in the middle of a heat wave and it's flipping hot. So there we go. Cheers. Bye. Flipping out. I'm cooking. Absolutely cooking.